Hey, this is Jeff Kay, your public address announcer for the Dallas Stars, and be sure to watch the sprightly puck right here.
What up, Sprightly Puck fans? Sanders here with Matt Day.
Hey, good to see you.
I am so glad to have you on the show.
Well, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. It's good to be on the show. Just see me out of costume and actually maybe get a little more respect for actually having hockey knowledge and not hockey craziness.
For those of you who don't know, Matt is the fan that wears the superhero costume, and Fox Sports Southwest actually did a special on you for Stars Insider, right?
Yeah, that was crazy. They actually approached me this time and asked to do a full, segment on me and some of the things I've gone through in the last 20 years. Coming up on Saturday, it'll be my 725th Stars regular season game.
I haven't even made it to 100 yet.
So yeah, well, it takes a while. It started in 1995.
Wow.
So I've watched a few games here and there. So
February is the month where we spend the week on the road and the weekends at home.
every Saturday
Okay.
night we get to spend with the Stars. One of the best games we've played were in losses during that
Oh, we
mess.
battled a lot in January to try and keep our heads above the water, but I saw a lot of what the boys refer to as playing not to lose, not
Yeah.
playing to win. Where should we start?
Well, let's just get down to the first Colorado game. I know it's not fun discussing a loss, but
Oh my God, that
get
was
to
ugly.
it. The sad thing is we started out that game really, really well.
I know. Didn't we score first?
Yeah, but there was opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, just like that whole losing streak, where we had chances and we just couldn't put it past the goalie for one reason or another.
Just-
We have a tendency to make any goaltender look like a Vezina candidate, and it's just ridiculous sometimes. It wasn't the same guys on the power play that were the same guys that earned the power play.
Our
In there-
knuckle busters.
Yeah, they were in there grinding, getting in position to get a power play,
Right.
and then all of a sudden the power play unit comes in and it's more of a power kill. Well, it wasn't even a good power kill in that game. It was lazy. It was a lot of, they didn't take that extra effort to, in the corners to win the puck, make sure the player they're passing it to was actually in the location they were, and it was a lot of lazy passes. Really bad.
So the boys get a night off,
Yes.
get some rest, come back Monday night. What do they do?
Well, they started out just as sloppy. They played sloppy in spurts. It's not like when I say that, it's like not the whole game, but it
Just
was
like
enough of the
Little
game.
2-minute chunks, 4-minute
Yeah.
chunks of just crap.
But it was just enough of the game
Yeah.
where it's going to end up in the back of your net. And it only takes once. It only takes one lazy pass, and all of a sudden you're down 1-0, and you're trailing the whole game.
Okay, to clarify, before Matt goes a little deeper, I actually wasn't at this game.
Actually, the way we made it sound is like we totally lost and bombed it, but we actually won.
2-1.
2-1. But the biggest thing about that is it was the first of 3 games in which we won because of our goaltender. Even though in the stat sheets it doesn't.
Wait, that
look-
was Niemi, right?
Yeah, it was Niemi.
Okay, thank you,
But
Niemi.
I remember saying, with 5 minutes to go, I was like, this is something that we've needed for years,
Mm-hmm.
and this is where a number 1 goalie on a winning team doesn't make excuses.
Right.
He just says no, and the team shut down Calgary,
Thank
and we
God.
won the game.
With that underway, we now enter the All-Star break. Yay! Now, the Dallas Stars had not 1, not 2, but 3 people representing our organization in the All-Star games. Now, technically speaking, only 2 of them were players
Yeah.
because one of them was Lindy Ruff, but it was Tyler and Jamie.
Yep.
He won the Art Ross last year, but he wasn't in the All-Star game last year. Oh, but now that he has an Art Ross under his belt, let's make sure he gets in, right? But just kidding, because it's fan voted in.
Yeah, not that there's any controversy about fan votes or anything in all.
Chicago, Blackhawks. Man, I think I'm allergic to something.
But
Oh, that was bad.
what was sad is that mess, and then the whole John Scott mess and all that.
Poor John Scott. John Scott played for Arizona. While he was in Arizona, he was selected to be the Pacific Region
Yeah.
captain. Arizona sent him down to the AHL and was like, hey, you should probably just waive your right to be
Yeah.
part of the All-Star game because you're not in the NHL anymore. And he's like, yeah, but my fans voted me in, so I'm going to say no to you, and I'm going to say yes to the fans. So they traded him to Montreal. Montreal was like, hey, you need to go down to the AHL and get some lessons. But because you're in the AHL, you can't play for the All-Star game because you're not NHL level. But he was again like, hey, I don't care. They voted me in. I want to play. So then the commissioner, who several hockey fans in the entire universe are not fans of.
It was the whole backlash online that made him change, forced him to change his mind.
Like Arizona fans, Montreal fans, Dallas Stars fans, like fans across the nation were just like, you should let John Scott play. So they did. So if you watched the NHL All-Star skills competition, John Scott was the man in the NHL All-Star weekend jersey and not in a team jersey for skills competition. And Jamie actually did 2 skills. He did the accuracy, and then he did the mini net passing. And then Tyler did 1 skill, which was stick handling, right? And then they both did the shootout.
Yeah.
All-Star game, skills competition, whatever. That happened Saturday night. Sunday night, the boys played. Their team didn't even win.
Well, they couldn't get past that juggernaut that is John Scott with his 2 goals. And I think he has more points in All-Star games than he does in his career.
He has more points in All-Star games than Sidney Crosby. Tyler Sagan got a goal on his birthday. Happy birthday, Tyler. All right, so All-Star game comes and goes. And the boys get a little break and they rest up. Post All-Star break game.
Winnipeg,
Who is Losapeg in Dallas?
5-3.
Oh, that game. I was so in love with that game. I watched highlights for days.
They actually finally came out and played a really, really, really good game.
And the fact that they played so well tells me that that losing streak is finally over because it was 2 wins in a row. Colorado again in the span of 4 games.
It was, one of those performances where the Stars were just dominating and getting no results. I mean, they were in avalanche zone for huge portions of the game, and it was still like 0-0 for a bit. Here we go again, where we're trailing again in this game.
I don't like it when I don't like it when we get behind because if we don't put the right people on the ice in the right order, we get behind and we stay behind.
Again, and breakout after breakout, odd man chance after odd man chance, and there we go, Niemi standing on his head again and keeping us in it, including not only a breakaway shot followed up by a penalty shot, and he stops them both.
3-3, and I was like, we tied it. No. And then I got the little zzz again, and it was like, overtime has started. John Klingberg, and man, he ripped it in that net like he was a little kid trying to play for a league championship or something, and he just busted it through that goalie, and I was like, yes. We need to give a shout out to our sponsors, Big Solar Company. Well, they've got Dallas Stars rugs in multiple sizes, all kinds of stuff like that. So it's really cool. Thanks Peak Solar for sponsoring another episode.
Yeah, thanks.
Peace out, guys.
It's like a cancer. The drop pass.
The drop pass is like a disease.
It is great when used properly.
You know who used it properly recently? The little Sharks boys. The Sharks players, 2 little boys, who got to do a breakaway shot in the All-Star skills game.
That is just cheating. That is what goalie is going to
Did you see that? One of the other goalies shoved the goalie who was blocking the net out of the way so that little Burnsy could score. It was adorable.